name is Bianca. Welcome to my channel. Today we will be making beef empanadas. I found this other girl on YouTube. I saw her tutorial, so I was thinking I'm gonna try it. First thing you gotta do is set your oven to 350 degrees. Make sure the light's on if you want to make this. Have parchment paper on your pan. We're gonna have the beef empanadas. Have flour so the flour won't stick to the cutting board. Have water. Have some of this cheese. And I made my own taco seasoning since I couldn't find any at the market. Have that ready in a little bowl like this. You need that lady used one whole onion. I'm only gonna use half an onion in this little one. And either lean ground beef or beef you could use, or turkey meat, it doesn't matter. And then also have this ready, and have a cup. Oh, also get these buttery biscuits, and you have a cup of water to cook with the seasoning in the pot on the stove like this. You're gonna cook the meat with the taco seasoning and the onions cut up. So first things first,
Wait.
And don't forget to have a rolling pin in hand. So first things first, I am going to, right now, cut the onion up. Actually, I'm going to cut this open and put it into the pan. So we're going to do this first. Okay, it's open. And put the meat into the pan. Come over here so you can see what I'm doing. You have to come in closer. Okay, so I'm not going to turn it on yet. I'm just going to put all this beef into the pan right now.
How much beef?
The whole thing. You put the whole thing in there.
1 pound?
Yeah. So you put the whole container in there. It's 1 pound. You just put all of it in there. Just squeeze it all over the bag. Just like that until everything's out. Make sure your hands are washed. My hands are clean, everyone. Okay, continue to squeeze it all out. Whoa, it's hard to get out. Okay. Continue to squeeze it out so all the meat comes out, and there's still some meat in there. So I'm gonna squeeze it, keep squeezing it. Like that, okay. So the rest you're just gonna throw away. I'm gonna throw this away. Okay. Now you come over here. Make sure the pan is not on, whatever you do. The pan is not on yet. So then you put this taco seasoning, pour it over here. Oh, don't pour it yet, because you gotta get a spoon. Get a spoon or a spatula to break up the meat. But don't have the pan on yet. Just, I don't know if you can see me.
The fire.
Not yet. So you break it up first. You don't put the fire on until you finish chopping up the onions and have the taco seasoning in there. Do this first. Have everything prepared. You know, just like that. You don't have the fire on yet. Then you get a little onion and you chop it up and dice it. Come over here. I'm sorry, y'all. My mom's. Oh, someone's recording for me, so I have to direct the camera to them. So I'm gonna chop up the onions and dice them up nicely, squares like this. Just keep doing it real quick. Dice them up. Do you see what I'm doing? Okay. So then just do it like that, just like that. That's all you need to do. And then this whole rest of purple onion as well. I'm not gonna use the whole thing because I use this little piece of onion left over. So I'm just gonna cut about that much half. And this other half, and put it back in the bag, and you put it back into the refrigerator. And then so we're gonna dice up the onion in triangles, then dice it like this, just like that, and then do it again as well. Chop it up again like that. And make sure they're not too big because they are going into the empanadas. Okay? The onion pieces inside the empanadas. So there you go, just like that. Then you just chop up like this because they're already chopped that way. They already chopped the straight way, so you just chop them straight and then make them diced up like that. Just do it straight like that, and there you go. Break up the onions, make sure they're not stuck together, but sometimes they get stuck together. Okay, good enough. So now, gonna go get these onions, put them over here on top of the pot that you have your meat in, and just put it all on top, just like that. Oh, this one's too big, so I'm gonna chop it up. Alright, so put them on top of the meat. Then you get your taco seasoning.
You tell how you made it.
I made my own taco seasoning with garlic powder, pink salt or salt, a tiny bit of cumin, chili powder, and also Cajun spice. So that's how I made this, and I just mixed it all up and I tasted on my finger like this. Tastes just like taco seasoning. You don't need to buy a taco seasoning when you can make your own, y'all. That's all the spices I told you to do. And then you just put it on top of here, pour it on top of here, into the pot. Alright, now you put the fire on until you put it on 5. Cook it on 5. Number 5. Actually 6, medium flame. Then you wait until this gets kind of brown, and when you feel like it's getting brown, let it get a little bit brown. So we'll wait a few minutes, no? Like 2 minutes? 3 minutes? We'll wait like 3 or 4 minutes for it to get a little tiny brown. And once it browns on one side, you're going to turn that over and then put this 1 cup of water. I measured half a cup water, 2 half cups. The girl puts 2 cups of water. Instead of putting 2, I'm going to only put 1. So, and instead of using 1 whole onion, I'm using half an onion. So I'm just making it less. Okay, so we're done with that. So this one here. Okay. So now, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna you could use flour. You have your flour in handy. Regular flour or wheat flour, doesn't matter. But wheat flour is more healthy for you. So then you get some flour and just, I don't know, smear it on top of the cutting board, and smear it also on top of your hands, just like that. Keep going until it gets on the thing. And I recommend to get wheat flour because, like I said, it's more healthier for you than regular. Okay, now we're gonna open this can. Let's just start here and see if I could get them all out. I don't know. Let me pause it real quick. I'll be there. Okay, so now I opened this up. It comes with 8 biscuits. So we're gonna put the rest of these biscuits into the parchment. See how I did that? We're gonna put them here meanwhile. The ones we're not gonna roll, just put them on here. That's why you need this pan to put them on there, the dough ones. And then we're gonna put the ones you're gonna roll on here. I'm gonna roll about 3. So, but let me throw this away first, yeah. Oh, let me throw the container. Alright. So now, this is brownie. Come over here. Record me. So it's browning. It's cooking a little bit. She said it has to be like a little bit brown. This meat, you could smell it. It smells like Taco Bell, yeah. Like those hard shell tacos that they have in the hard shell commercial. Hard shell tacos from Taco Bell. That's what it smells like, the meat. So she said to cook it on one side.
Continue cooking.
And let it continue cooking until it's all brown. So it's not all brown yet. When it's all brown, then that's when you're gonna add this water, the cup of water, into the pot. So meanwhile, that's cooking. I'm going to just kind of pull it apart like that first. Just so it won't be so thick, you know. That's what she did. And then we're gonna do the 3. Just pull them apart. Keep doing that. Then we are going to roll them out. Oops, I forgot to put. Don't forget to put flour on the roll. On the flour, just the rolling pin with flour. I forgot to do that because if you don't do it, it's gonna stick to the dough's gonna stick to the rolling pin. So we're gonna just dust this real quick. Alright, good enough. So I'm gonna roll this. Keep rolling it out. Like that. She said make it a little bit bigger. So spread it out like that. So it look like little pancakes, I guess you could say. Until they're round and big like that. So now we're gonna do these other 2. Alright. We need more flour on here. So we get more flour. And always have your flour out. Don't put it away because when you run out of flour, you might need more. And you're not gonna keep going back and forth while recording, and you know how that is. You're not gonna have all that hassle.
Have it handy.
Especially if you're by yourself and you're doing this, have it handy. Have it right next to you. Your flour. Okay. So I wrote about 2 already. So this is the 3rd one I'm gonna roll. We just roll them out like that. Okay. Make sure, like I said, kind of stretch them out first. You don't want them too thin, just a little bit like this. The dough. Then roll them out. And expands a lot bigger. So just gonna do that. Okay. Roll it about 3 times, that's all. So those are ready to go. Alright, so now I think this meat is pretty much cooked. She said until the juices of the beet keep it's not 100% done yet, but when it's almost cooked and just a tiny bit pink like this, that's when you're gonna add the water. So I am going to add the water into this meat with the taco seasoning and onion into the pot. So this water is going into the pot. Okay. And then wait until that cooks, boil or whatever. And that should be cooking. Okay, so we're gonna give it about how many minutes? I'm thinking. 10 minutes?
To cook more.
10 minutes to cook more. Well, about 5 or 10 minutes so that could cook more. And we're gonna wait until it boils, or not wait until it boils, just cook it 5-10 minutes longer. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a 5. That's when I'm gonna turn it off. Okay. So we're waiting for the meat to cook because that's the main thing to do. And make sure you also have a little bit of water in a cup. Once that meat is done, I'm going to put it in here. You're also going to get the shredded cheese. I'm going to start putting shredded cheese on the doughs that I rolled out. So just grab like a little bit of, I'm using the Mexican style cheese. You can use any cheese you like. Mexican style cheese. You can use any cheese you like. You can use Monterey Jack cheese, doesn't matter. Pepper jack cheese. So I'm gonna put about that much cheese on each one. It's about 2 little handfuls of cheese. That's all it's gonna need. And then yeah, so it's gonna go like that. We're gonna get the edges, so we leave the edges free. Just try to put them in the middle of the dough, like that. Okay. So while the meat is cooking still, I am gonna get another dough, another biscuit dough. Let's flour this cutting board. Pull this out. Oh, also put some flour on your hands, just a little bit. Also on dough as well, we'll top it. Okay. Pull it out a little like this, like what I'm doing. Then we'll put some flour onto the pin. Alright, dust it off. So I'm just gonna roll it 1, 2. That's it. A little bit more. Like that. So there you go. 3 big rows. Honestly, I think I should just do it 2 rows instead of 3 because it came out a little bit big. That's okay. So then we're gonna get another little sprinkle of cheese. 1 sprinkle and then 2. We're gonna put 2 sprinkles. That's it. Okay. So the meat is done. You boil it and to get the grease out. That's why. And you make sure you have a spoon that has holes in it so the juice won't get into the dough. So now we're gonna get a little bit of meat, like this much, about that much of meat. Put it right next to the cheese, like that. Oops, oopsie doozy, kind of spilled over. Okay, so now we're gonna get another spoon of meat and just put it. By the way, there's 8 biscuits in here, so we're gonna make 8 empanadas, beef empanadas. And then sometimes if they don't have enough, you just put like 1.5 of beef. So that much, that's perfect. That's more than enough. Okay, so now this much on this side. Just like that. Oops, I kind of burned myself. Be careful that you don't put your finger on the beef. Okay. Alright. So that's enough. So then you're going to get your cup that you have water. You're going to dip your finger.